Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inspiring Educators with your host, Teacher Brian. And for this lovely morning, I got a wonderful colleague of mine from different global conversation classrooms. We usually attend the same webinars, and I'm really happy that she said yes to my invitation to be my guest in our wonderful podcast. So without further ado, let's have right now Teacher Uri Fah. Teacher, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And it's a wonderful morning, and it is no reason to say no to your podcast, Teacher Brian.
God, thank you very much. I'm really honored right now, teacher, because this is one of my advocacy to let all the teachers from around the globe share their wonderful story. And we are really excited to know your story. But before we begin, Teacher Uri, me and my listeners would like to know more about you. So can you please introduce yourself to us, please?
Well, thank you. My name is Uri Fah. That's my birth name. And yeah, people usually curious, is that Star your name? Yeah, that start simple, but it's a beautiful because it is given by mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been teaching in the government elementary school for 14 years. And previously I was teaching in the classroom, but now I'm not teaching in the classroom. My duty right now is as international collaborator. I'm from kindergarten to senior secondary level. So I mostly out of the class, my duty. And it is wonderful because right now many people would like to have a collaboration with other schools around the world.
Wow, that's really nice. And by simply hearing that you've been in this academe for almost 14 years, so I'm pretty sure that you got lots of good stories to share to us. You are a very experienced teacher. You know, you've seen this type of student, you've used these methods in teaching. But for my next question to you, Teacher Uri, again, me and my listeners would like to know what's your journey in becoming a teacher? So can you share to us your story? How did you become an educator?
It was a bit complicated journey to become a teacher because I think it's really my parents, especially my mom, want me to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Especially she want me to be a religion lesson teacher, teacher, Islamic. But they have my own aspiration. I have my own idea, and I negotiate to my mom. Mom, would you please to let me be a teacher, but not as a religion lesson teacher?
Mm-hmm.
And then I negotiate to my mom and confirm that I can do, and I can do my idea, and also I can do my mom idea. So I learned both, but I learned English at the university, but I learned religion in another informal institution.
Mm-hmm.
So then my mom observed and confirmed, and she let me to be an English teacher. So at first it is not quite interesting to become an English teacher at the primary level because my micro teaching was at the university level. I mean, I taught university student.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took extra class at the senior secondary level. So during studying, I was not the experience to teach a primary level, but then I was accepted. I'm not like accepted because I was not sending teacher proposal to the primary school, but the principal who I knew invite me to the school. So, Uri, would you please to be an English teacher at my primary school? The principal said like that. So, and then I communicate with my husband, and she said, "Okay, you go." Then that's my journey to become a primary teacher.
That's interesting. You know what, teacher? Just to share with you as well. It was also my mom's dream for me to become a teacher, because my first choice when I want to go in college, I wanted to take up fine arts, and my mom told me that you're going to take a course where you cannot earn. That's what she said, and up until now I can still remember those phrases. And I said, but that's my passion. But then she responded, but you cannot earn from that, not unless you are famous already. So I told her, okay, so what do you want me to become to? Take up education. So I tried, but then due to some circumstances, I got family at a very young age. So I wasn't able to finish my education course for 8 years because I work in the call center industry, to be specific, with an Australian telecommunications company. But I already fell in love in teaching when I was on my third year. So after 8 years in working in a telco, I decided that I should go back to my first love. Just like what you mentioned, teacher. You mentioned that at first it's really difficult, right? Most especially for you. You're teaching young learners. How old are your students, teacher?
It's starting from 6 years old.
Oh my God, that's my youngest.
To 12.
Oh, yeah, it's really challenging, young learners and then adolescents. So it's really challenging because you're always, putting yourself into their level, because you cannot always put your aspects to them, right? Because they're kids.
Yeah. That's why by doing so, then I fell in love with my profession. When actually, it is not only profession, but they become my friends. They become my kids. And it's a poor. It's like the original and really they are really honest, and so they express what they want, what they like, without any hesitation. So just like as close as mom and kids, that's I make the position like that, so I can hear what they want, so and what the way they want me to teach them. I got a lot of inspiration from them.
Their minds and hearts, teachers, are really pure, right? Because they're young. They would just tell you what they want. They will tell you that, oh, teacher, I'm not feeling well. Compared to middle school, senior high school, university students, that sometimes they will just keep quiet. They will still smile at you even if they're not feeling well, right? But with young kids, they are 100% really honest. Most especially those little ones, right? If they don't feel good, they will just cry. So you will just say, oh, this kid is not really feeling well. So it's challenging, but it's fulfilling, right?
Yes. And
we're just getting started, teacher, but your story is really, something that I'm looking upon to. Going now to my third question. Now, Teacher Uri, we all knew that the pandemic hit us so hard last year In fact, it stopped our lives. It almost stopped our lives because we cannot go out, we cannot do the usual thing. We don't know what will happen after the whole world experiences it. For my third question to you, Teacher Uri, how did you adopt or how did you cope up to that situation as Uri and as Teacher Uri?
Thank you. Well, as I remember that the internet came to Indonesia was in around 1997 or around that. I remember that my university first has the computer laboratorium, and there was an internet, and at that time I start to connect with other people around the globe. And once I graduate from the university and I became a teacher, and not that directly become a teacher actually, but I became a full housewife. And during that time I tried to have a pen pal with a family, so family has a pen pal swap. I wrote a letter to them and sent to Russia, sent to the United States, and they replied back. And at that time my kids was pre-kindergarten. So I introduced them to the world, and once I became a teacher, I introduced this method to my students. I became a teacher actually in 2006.
Okay.
So once I became a teacher, I told to my students that you can learn English now, and you can practice it with other people around the world right away. You learn, so you don't need to wait until you apply for a job. That's what so since that time I have a modem like USB. So I have my own laptop and my modem, and I bring it to school. It was awkward, that's nobody bring laptop at that time, nobody has a modem at that time. But I tried to bring my students' experience broader. I want to break the limit, because my school was at the village. That technology is so it's not connected, I think, at the time. So many people saw me weird, just weird, how weird you are. You just like negative sides. And then so it just go far. We got exchange to students from United States, and we posted. So they send us the letters through international postal, and we receive it. So students are happy, parents happy, other teachers also happy. And when the pandemic hit, I myself and my students is not the students anymore with the kind of international collaboration. So I was lucky that my husband is supporting till right now. So he gave me a facilitation, accommodation like a modem, like laptop. So I can bring my students to international exposure, even though before pandemic. So when the pandemic hit, so we all already knew the situation and how to do an online classroom and online activities, just for my class, but not the other class.
Wow, that's really nice. It's good to hear that. Just like what you said, when internet was introduced in Indonesia, you were able to experience it. You try to learn on your own, though there's a challenge, like you said, on the place, the village where you are living, but then it didn't stop you. So there's, how will I say this? There is a benefit that you've already achieved from learning it as early as way back in the 90s. So maybe when the pandemic hit you're not that scared when it comes to teaching. But then, with the safety, yeah, everyone got scared. But then we're just focusing, just like what we are talking about in education. So I was really impressed, okay, because there are some other educators, that they really got shocked. They thought that, how can we teach? We cannot go out, we cannot meet our students. But they almost forgot that we have the internet, we have computers. We're just using it before for social media, for watching, for editing pictures. But now, allow me to say that computers and internet is a big part of our life, not just as a teacher, but as a person, right? When we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we usually check our phone. Yeah, of course, we thank our creator, we check our kids, for us parents, right? And then after that, we get our phone. Okay, what's the news? Is there an email from my supervisor?
Yeah.
And then as the day progress, up until we go to sleep, we will still check, okay, are there anything that I've missed? So I'm really impressed with your story, Teacher Uri, when we talk about the scoping up during the pandemic, because I was really amazed that your class is really ready and it's not new to you. This online class, collaborating with other educators, that's really fantastic story from you. And now, teacher, for the highlight of the podcast itself, from the title itself, okay? Me and my listeners, Teacher Uri, will wanted to know, how do you inspire your young learners? What's your secret? Do you have any special technique? Are you reciting a special mantra to your students for them to be focused? So please share it with us.
Yeah, I think every year there were new students, right? So because every year students from grade first grade, then they become a second grade, and the second grade become the third grade, and so on. And then there would be new students. So at first I just learned how the situation, their manner, their psychological aspect. So I just come to the class and be quiet for several seconds, and I start with my class by singing. Okay. That's the popular song is If You Were Happy. So
I know.
Every morning I start my classroom with by singing If You Are Happy. So I expected my students to be happy, I'm happy, everybody happy. So the classroom will start happily. And then after singing, then I have several roles in the classroom that I rate. So there were 10 points, like first, I will obey the teacher. The second, I will be kind to my friend. The third, I will do my task in the classroom, just like that. So every morning I start the classroom like classroom password. Then I say, once I came to the classroom, I said, hello, good morning, everybody. And then, okay, let's sing our classroom password. That's if you were happy. And then, okay, uh, the leader of the classroom will read the classroom rules like that, and then yeah, daily because I came to the maybe in the Monday I will come to the first and second grade. On Tuesday I will came to third A and fourth A, like that was my schedule. So I repeat again and again till they graduate. So I think they will remember on their mind that my classroom is happy classroom, and I'm not the scary teacher. So I think the students will remember me. That's I was the happy teacher, and also friendly teacher. And yeah, it's there's an evidence that they send me a love card to say that I love to Uri Fah. That's amazing for me. And yeah, till now we communicate through Facebook, and they remind me about the memory. So that's a wonderful, I think.
Yeah, wow, that was really, right now, teacher, okay, I'm smiling because, this is the only time that I've heard again the song If You're Happy. Though you haven't sing it, but then the title itself. It's a very simple song, but then the idea is there, right? It's a good way to start your day, even if you are an adult or even if you are a young learner, because the idea of the song itself, if you're happy and it clap your hand, there is a movement.
Yeah.
Then the lyrics, okay, it is very simple, but then if we will analyze it, right? If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. So I was really impressed, teacher. Yeah. Dear listeners, you might think that it might only work for young learners, but trust me, even if you're an adult or you are teaching older kids, it would really help them. Okay, it's like, if you can say, it's a feel-good music, right? Because sometimes the most simplest song would really help you start up your day right. If we start with a mellow or a sad song, it will be our vibes, right? But then if you start a song that is very uplifting, very jolly, right? It will make you feel better. And another thing that I love with what you shared, teacher, is the classroom rules. Here in our country, we also have that. We call it house rules, because I know you might also been thinking this, that we consider the class as the second house or home of our students, right? So it's really good, okay? Though others might think, it's very repetitive. You've already said that to your students, why you need to repeat it every day. That is the purpose of having a rules, right? For us to be reminded, and it's a good way to start your day. That okay, this is what I need to do. These are the things that I need to do. These are the rules that I need to follow. Young as your learners, right? As young as the learners, like 6, 7, or maybe even toddlers, right? It's very good that we instill into their minds that, okay, you need to do this before you play. You need to follow this before you go out. So, teacher, allow me to say that you are setting up good example. You're setting up a wonderful life to these young learners.
Thank you so much. One thing I want to share my experience, Teacher Brian, concerning with the song. That's once I want to take a score for speaking ability from my students. I want them to make a conversation two students make a conversation with the dialogue that I made for them. Unfortunately, they make a dialogue in a low volume of voice, and with the not proper pronunciation. And I just think, what should I do? I feel guilty if my students cannot make a simple dialogue. And then, but I thought that I could not force them to speak in dialogue, and I tried to give them a free choice whether they want to have a dialogue or they want to sing, and they must choose their own favorite song. And surprisingly, one student chose the Red Hot Chili Pepper to sing. But I know that it is quite a difficult lyric, right? So how can you do? I just first I doubt, how could you do it? You even cannot read my script of my dialogue. But then okay, I should believe in him. Okay, do it. And then jaw drop. He could sing well with the good pronunciation of Red Hot Chili Pepper. Oh my God, I cannot. So another way. So teacher must creative to take some score for their skills, right? Speaking skill, it passed. I must write bad score for their speaking skill while they are making dialogue. But when they sing Red Hot Chili Pepper, I think that's enough that he could pronounce English well, not by dialogue but by lyric. So that's another thing that taught me how to teach English. And how to point out, how to score their ability.
Yeah, that's really nice. I love that story, teacher, because you are inclining music. Okay, you are inclining another aspect of teaching, using other forms or other methods, not just the traditional way of teaching. Because nowadays, students would really get bored if we just teach them. Yeah, we are traditional learners, right? We live during the time where we just listen to our teachers in front of the blackboard, then we will report, that's it. But now, because we have been given this gift, new technology, so we should maximize it. We should think of different ways of teaching them. And music, it is really one of a kind. And when you mentioned that your student is, about to sing a song by Red Hot Chili Peppers, I said, oh my, that's a rock.
That's why that's the some students said, I want just English lesson for whole day, not other subject. I want every day, Monday to Friday only English. I don't want to learn other subject. Oh no, that's break the rule.
All right. So they it only shows, Teacher Uri, that they love your subject. It only states that you are a good educator, because they are asking for more, just like in concerts, encore. They wanted more from Teacher Uri. They're learning more from Teacher Uri. So, teacher, that was really fantastic way of inspiring your students. Each and every one of us are authentic when it comes to teaching, but then inspiring our learners, we must be able to learn from one another. That's one of the reasons, that's why I included that as the highlight of my session, because if you would be sharing good practices, you would be able to create a portfolio wherein, oh, this teacher used this, it worked for her. Why don't I try? This process worked with this teacher. Why don't I try as well? This one worked for this teacher. Let's give it a try. So the main goal of this last question is to inspire and help those new and veteran teachers. Because trust me, teacher, there are still other teachers who are finding it difficult to teach now. They are still finding it difficult how to inspire their learners. And teacher, there is a surprise part. I haven't told you about this, but then this is very easy, okay? You don't need to sing because I know you are a good singer. You don't need to dance either. But my last request from you, Teacher Uri, if you could give final thoughts, last message to all the educators or maybe teachers from Indonesia, and you have the privilege to use your own language. You might ask me, teacher, you could not understand it. My reason is that it is my way of saying thank you to your country, allowing you to talk into your native language, and they should be really proud that they got Teacher Uri. Okay, so now, Teacher Uri, I'm giving you my podcast floor. Please give them your final thoughts, final message using your language. So go for it, Teacher Uri.
Oke, terima kasih Teacher Brian telah memberikan saya kesempatan untuk berbagi pengalaman bagaimana saya mengajar. Dan teman-teman guru di seluruh Indonesia, mari kita semakin kreatif dalam mengajar karena murid-murid kita juga semakin hari semakin pandai. Maka mari kita menjadi guru-guru yang kreatif, yang aktif, dan guru-guru yang inovatif. Terima kasih.
Wow, I guess that's a very sweet and short message, but definitely it is all about how to be a wonderful teacher, not just for our own students, but for all the learners from around the world. So, Teacher Uri, thank you very much, okay? From the bottom of my heart, okay, since this is a one-man show, I'm the host, I'm the producer. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your wonderful story, for sharing how you inspire your learners.
Thank you so much for having me, Teacher Brian. It's a kind of honor for me. That I also practice my English because
you're a fantastic teacher. Trust me, you are a fantastic teacher, and I really appreciate. That's why, like what I mentioned a while ago, I was really flattered. I was honored to have you here because I know English is not your primary language, right? So, like you mentioned, you are still learning, but you're a really fantastic teacher, trust me. And the way you inspire your young learners, that is something that even us, university teacher, might consider, because who knows? That is the only way to keep this life going, right? To sing simple songs, to inspire our learners with just a simple, if you're happy and you know it. So once again, Teacher Uri, thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence. And with that, dear listeners, you just listened to a very fantastic teacher. She had a really wonderful journey. And as a primary school educator, she's creating wonderful future, not just for Indonesian students, but to all the students that she encountered. And with that, I would like to thank all my dear listeners for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you again in the next episode of Inspiring E-DUCATORS. Thank you again, Teacher Uri. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye.